Have you ever caught yourself falling so deeply for someone that it felt like the ground beneath you might give way? You try to play it cool. You joke, you tease, you pretend you're unbothered. But beneath that carefully composed surface, there's a storm. A silent, pulsing energy that says, this isn't just a crush, this is something else, something bigger, something terrifying. Now pause and flip that perspective. What if she feels the same way? What if the woman you've been watching, wondering about, analyzing in the quiet corners of your mind, is fighting the same inner battle? Not because she doesn't love you, but because she does. So intensely, so uncontrollably that it threatens to unravel who she thought she was before you entered her world. Welcome to Dark Psychology. I'm Amelia, and today we're going into emotional deep waters. I'm about to show you 15 powerful signs that a woman is not just interested, not just playing the game, but truly, vulnerably in love with you and terrified to admit it. Not because you did anything wrong, but because real love, the kind that shakes your identity, isn't safe. It's terrifying, and it leaves no part of you untouched. These aren't basic tips you'll find in magazines. These are signs rooted in emotional instincts, subconscious defense mechanisms, and the complex ways the human heart tries to protect itself when it senses something real. So if you've ever caught her gaze just a moment too long, if you felt that inexplicable electricity in the silence between you, this is the video you need to see through to the end. Hit that subscribe button, like this video if anything resonates, and let me know in the comments if there's a woman who came to mind while watching. Let's begin. Sign 1. She's vulnerable around you. Vulnerability is never random, especially not for a woman who's used to wearing armor. She might be the strong one, the achiever, the one who everyone else leans on. But with you, she softens. She shows you the cracks, not because she's weak, but because she trusts you enough to reveal what others never get to see. Maybe she shares a childhood wound. Maybe she talks about an ex who left her hollow. Or maybe she just tells you about her fears, the dreams she never said out loud. Whatever it is, this isn't just conversation. This is access. And here's the twist most men miss. The moment she realizes just how exposed she's become, she might pull back. She might go silent. She might pretend like it never happened. But don't get it twisted. That retreat, it's not rejection. It's fear. Fear that you won't hold her heart the same way she just handed it to you. She's watching, testing, wondering if you'll keep showing up, especially now that the mask has dropped. Sign 2. She asks for your opinion. She may appear independent, confident, like she makes decisions without blinking. But then one day, she starts asking questions like, what do you think I should do? Do you think this looks okay? Would you go if you were me? And you might think, why is she asking me? The answer is simple and powerful. When a woman starts caring about your perspective, especially on things that shape her world, it means you're no longer just an option. You're becoming a reference point. She's inviting you into her internal decision-making matrix, not just because she needs your advice, but because she wants to feel emotionally connected through mutual thought. This is one of the first quiet signs that she's making room for you. In her choices, in her story, in her life. And that, my friend, is never casual. Sign 3. She can read you without words. There's something eerie and deeply beautiful about the way she just knows. You don't even have to say a word. She sees it in your eyes. She feels it in the change of your tone. She calls it out before you even process it yourself. Tough day, huh? You're somewhere else right now. You're overthinking again, aren't you? This isn't coincidence. This is attunement. This is emotional proximity so close, she's picking up your unspoken frequencies. But here's what you need to understand. That same ability to feel you also means she senses when you pull away. Even the slightest energetic distance sends her into emotional defense mode. She may shut down, grow cold, withdraw, not because she stopped caring, but because she felt your detachment and panicked. This is the double-edged sword of intuitive love. It connects you without words, but it also exposes you without armor. Sign 4. She's scared of losing you. Even if she hasn't whispered I love you yet, the fear of losing you is already a shadow trailing her heart. You'll feel it in the silences that come after you mention another woman's name. In the tightness of her grip when she hugs you just a little longer than usual. in the joking tones she uses when she says, "Someday you're gonna forget about me." But look closer. These aren't jokes. They're quiet emotional leaks. When a woman starts building emotional scenarios around the idea of you gone, that's not infatuation, that's attachment. That's love, and that's fear. Fear that you don't feel it as deeply. Fear that she'll be left holding all the feelings alone. And here's where you come in. Not to fix her, not to reassure her with empty words, but to consistently show up, to stay steady when she shakes. To prove, through action, not performance, that she's safe to stay open. Sign 5. She tells you what she likes about you. It'll sound innocent. You're so good under pressure. You're really easy to talk to. You have this calming presence. But what she's really doing is revealing fragments of her emotional attachment. Breadcrumbs that say, "I'm paying attention to the things I love about you, but I'm not quite ready to hand over my whole heart yet." Each compliment is her way of testing the waters, to see if you notice, to see if you care, to see if you'll catch the thread and pull it closer, or ignore it and let it go slack. Ignore it and she retreats. Acknowledge it and she steps forward, slowly, carefully, but forward nonetheless, because for her, words like those aren't just flattery. They're confessions in disguise. Sign 6. She sends you songs that remind her of you. In a world saturated with content, playlists, and noise, sending someone a song is no small thing. It's not just her way of saying, "This made me think of you," it's her way of saying, "I feel something, and this melody says it better than I can." A woman who's falling for you but is scared to admit it will often use music as her emotional translator. Instead of exposing her heart with words, she lets the lyrics speak for her. You might get a song link with no explanation, just a single line that says, "Thought you'd like this." But hidden in that track is everything she's too terrified to say out loud. She might send you a nostalgic love ballad, a song that talks about longing, distance, or the fear of falling too fast. It's her way of whispering, "This is me, feeling too much." And here's what most men miss. If you ignore the gesture, if you don't respond or brush it off, she feels rejected, not because of the song, but because that was her heart in disguise. So next time she shares a song, don't just hit play. Listen. Listen for the line that hit her hardest. It's probably the one she hoped would hit you just as deeply. Sign 7. Her friends know all about you. Here's something most men underestimate. When a woman is secretly in love with you, her friends often know long before she's ready to say it aloud. You might hear her casually drop things like, "Oh, I told my best friend about the joke you made," or "My roommate said you seem like a good guy." That's not idle chatter. That's code. She's been talking about you. A lot. And more importantly, she's been trying to integrate you into her life's ecosystem. Her inner circle, her tribe, This is her subconscious asking, could he belong here? Could he be part of my world? And there's something even deeper. When she introduces your name into her social sphere, she's not just testing their reaction, she's also watching yours. How do you respond when you hear that you've made it into her inner world? Do you flinch? Do you pull back? Or do you lean in? Because when her friends know about you, you're no longer a casual interest. You're an emotional stake in the ground. Sign 8. She only flirts through text. Texting feels safe. It's controlled, it's delayed, and it gives her time to edit herself. That's why a woman who's secretly in love but afraid might be wildly flirtatious through the screen, but quiet and reserved in real life. You'll notice she sends cheeky texts, witty replies, double meanings. Sometimes she even initiates conversations that toe the line of romance. But then when you're face to face, she freezes. She seems shy, guarded, different. Why? Because real-time interaction means real-time risk. No pause button, no time to rewrite, no ability to hide behind emojis or curated words. So if her digital self is bold, but her physical self is anxious, it's not a contradiction. It's a sign. A sign that she wants connection, but still fears exposure. Your job is to bridge that gap, not by calling her out, but by making the real world feel just as safe as the screen. With patience, warmth, and presence. Sign 9. She speaks loudest through her body language. Sometimes, the most honest parts of her don't speak in words at all. They speak in glances, in posture, in proximity. Watch how she behaves around you. Does she lean in when you speak? Mirror your movements without realizing it? Does she play with her hair, adjust her clothes, or subtly reach for physical contact when she thinks you're not noticing? These micro-expressions aren't accidental. They're evolutionary cues of attraction, signals that her body is already in tune with you, even if her mind hasn't caught up or her heart is still hiding behind walls. And the moment she realizes how transparent her body is being, she might recoil, get nervous, pull back. That's not because she changed her mind. It's because her body revealed what she's still trying to conceal. So don't just listen with your ears, listen with your eyes. Her body might already be saying, I feel safe with you. I feel something real. Even if her voice hasn't dared to yet. Sign 10. She asks deep questions about your life. When a woman starts to dig beneath your surface, it's not just curiosity, it's connection seeking. She's not asking how your day was just to be polite. She wants to know what you care about, what moves you, what scares you, what drives you at 2 a.m. when the world is quiet and you're alone with your thoughts. Do you like your work? What were you like as a kid? Do you believe in soulmates? What's your biggest fear in relationships? These aren't casual. These are her trying to see you, not the version you show the world, but the version you keep guarded. And here's the nuance. When she asks about your past relationships, your family, your emotional wounds, she's not prying, she's assessing. Can you go deep with her? Will you let her in the same way she's tempted to let you in? Because love isn't built on small talk. It's built in the brave places, where two people admit they're scared, but still choose to open up anyway. Sign 11. She says sorry a lot. At first glance, this might seem like a small, almost forgettable thing. But if you pay close attention, a woman who's in love but scared will often use apologies as emotional armor. She apologizes for texting too much, for calling late, for sharing something emotional, for laughing too loud, for simply existing in a way that feels too much. But here's the truth. She's not sorry because she did something wrong. She's sorry because she's afraid that being her full self might push you away. This over-apologizing comes from a deep-rooted fear that her presence, her affection, her truth might be inconvenient to you. And this fear doesn't come out of nowhere. It often grows from past wounds, relationships where she was made to feel like she was too emotional, too needy, or too intense. So when she says sorry again and again for things that don't require it, she's really saying, do you still accept me? Is this too much? Am I still safe with you? Your response here is powerful. You don't brush it off. You hold space. You look her in the eye and gently say, you never need to apologize for being yourself with me. That moment, that single reassurance, can disarm years of fear. Because love isn't about tolerating someone, it's about embracing them, messiness and all. Sign 12. She takes care of you in subtle, quiet ways. Some women don't say I love you with big romantic gestures. They say it with almond milk in your coffee, with your favorite snack tucked into her bag, just in case, with a text reminding you to drink water before a long drive, with a blanket pulled over you when you fall asleep on the couch. To you, these might feel like small things, but for her, they're everything. Because when a woman loves you, she notices. She memorizes. She gives without asking for anything in return. It's her way of saying, I see you. I'm thinking about you. You matter to me more than I'm ready to admit. But here's where it gets delicate. The more she gives, the more exposed she becomes. Every act of care deepens her emotional investment. And if she isn't sure you feel the same way, she'll start to second-guess her kindness. She might even pull back, afraid she's giving too much to someone who isn't ready to receive. So if you see her caring in quiet ways, don't ignore it, acknowledge it, appreciate it, reciprocate with equal thoughtfulness, even in your own masculine way. Because those little moments are often her loudest unspoken I love yous. Sign 13. You keep accidentally bumping into her. You run into her at the grocery store. You notice she's suddenly working out at the same gym. You both show up at that art exhibit or cafe you mentioned once in passing. At first, it seems like coincidence, but the more it happens, the less random it feels. When a woman is falling for you but afraid to say it, she'll often create proximity, not in obvious ways, but in subtle, emotionally safe ones. By placing herself near your world, she gives herself the possibility of connection, without the vulnerability of initiating it directly. These moments are her saying, I want to see you. I want to feel close to you, but I'm still afraid of being rejected. So she pretends to be surprised. Oh wow, what are you doing here? But inside, her heart is beating faster, hoping maybe, just maybe, you'll finally recognize what she's been too scared to speak. That's your cue, to look beneath the coincidence and meet her curiosity with presence. Maybe even with a smile that says, me too, I've been hoping to run into you. Sign 14. She becomes nervous and shy around you. We often imagine love making people bolder, louder, more flirtatious. But real love, especially in the early stages, often has the opposite effect. Because when emotions run deep, so does the fear of messing things up. If she's usually confident and outgoing, but becomes soft-spoken, shy, or visibly anxious around you, that's not a sign of disinterest. It's a signal of intensity. She stumbles over her words, fidgets with her necklace, avoids too much eye contact, maybe even blushes when you compliment her. Her nervousness isn't rejection, it's reverence. It's the feeling of being seen, of caring about how you see her, of not wanting to ruin something that feels rare and fragile. And that's where your energy becomes everything. If you meet her tension with teasing, pressure, or confusion, she'll retreat further. But if you meet it with calm presence, a gentle smile, a steady gaze that says, you're safe here, you create the emotional space she needs to unfold. Let her know she doesn't have to perform, that her softness isn't judged, it's honored. Sign 15. She tells you her walls are coming down. This is it, the rarest signal, the most powerful moment of all. After the shared glances, the hidden texts, the unspoken care, she finally admits it. Maybe she says, I don't usually open up like this, or I don't know why I trust you, but I do, or even, I think I'm finally ready to stop guarding myself. That right there is her emotional surrender. It's not drama, it's not manipulation, it's raw, terrifying truth. She's letting you in, into the rooms of her heart where no one's been allowed for years. And this is the moment where you must decide, are you safe? Are you strong? Are you present enough to receive that gift with care? Because when a woman's walls come down, she's not looking for games. She's not testing you anymore. She's showing you her real self, the one that aches to be loved without fear. And if you can meet her there, not with promises but with presence, you become unforgettable. Final reflection. So if you've noticed the nervous laughter, the sudden silences, the playlist she shared, the way she said sorry for no reason, if your gut has whispered, she feels it too, but she's scared, then don't rush, don't chase, don't demand words before she's ready. But do see her, do feel her, do honor her process. Because behind every guarded woman is someone praying that love exists in a form that doesn't hurt. And when you meet her fear with grounded strength, her silence with patience, her care with attention, that's when love finally breathes. If this message resonated, share your story in the comments. I read every word. And if you want more deep psychological insights on love, emotion, and the human heart, subscribe now. Join the tribe. And remember, sometimes the quietest signs are the loudest truths. Until next time, take care of her heart and take care of yours.